What's up guys, JOSOLIGO, welcome to the channel if you're new. By request, we have our Going Second Swordsoul deck list back at it again this month, and this time we are providing the side deck, which is kind of crucial when your main deck is all blowout cards. And the cool thing about Swordsoul Tenyi is that it's inherently one of the best Going Second decks in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, if not the best, just because not only does the engine and the core allow for so much space for cards like Thrust, Evenly Match, and just all the cards that you need to make an efficient Going Second engine with. But the actual cards are a little bit better going second, such as Ecclesia, Vishuddha, Baxia, Baron Pop. So many benefits to this deck going second. Before we get started with the deck profile, we are doing a giveaway this month. The channel memberships and Patreon, which are in the description down below, those links help out a lot towards these giveaways that we do regularly. This month is a box of Duelist Nexus. Just go ahead and answer the daily question. What was your favorite 2021 deck? We're thinking like Flunderies, Tri-Brigade Leerless, Drytron, Swordsoul, that era. What was your favorite deck from that year? Mine was, of course, Swordsoul. So without further ado, we'll get straight into it. And those questions do help you qualify for the giveaway. If you're a channel member or a patron, your chances are always doubled. All right. For the main deck, we got 3 Moe, 3 Ecclesia, we got 3 Longwan, 2 Taya, 3 Emergence, and a Blackout. That's going to be the very standard Swordsoul engine that you guys are always used to seeing. 2 Taya is just fine, and 1 Blackout's good. We are playing double Desires to help deck thin and draw those powerful going second cards. So before you Desires, if you can, search Blackout, and then 2 Taya is just fine nonetheless. I think 3 is just honestly too much regardless, because 3 Ecclesia and 3 Emergence, you know, you're basically already running 8 copies and then 9 copies of Moe. Long one, you wouldn't want to get off Ecclesia, but you guys know how it goes. Swordsoul is just very consistent, so. Alright, next up for the Tenyis. Tenyis are some of the best going second cards in our deck, just because they allow you to play through stuff. If for some reason we don't draw any board breakers, Tenyis are extenders, Tenyis are starters, Tenyis are everything. Vishuddha, we were only playing 2 in our regular list, now we're playing 3. That's because Vishuddha is one of the best going second cards in this deck. And we're playing 3 Vessel. This is an all gas list. This is literally it for the Swordsoul and Tenyi cards. Everything after this is just a going second card. Yeah, so Vessel plus any one of these equals Vishuddha in the grave or in the hand, but mostly the grave, so you can banish after you get your monk online. We are playing 3 Adhara just because we want to max out on ratios right now, because of the fact that we want to get Vishuddha online, and also we're playing Desires. But in general, this is an all gas list, so we don't have any hand traps whatsoever. We're just looking to OTK our opponent. As long as you're not using Dark Ruler or Evenly, you can get it the first turn, but if not, you're just setting yourself up for success later on. If you guys didn't know, Monk plus Longwan Burn plus Baron plus Chichao is 8,000 exactly, so this deck can OTK very easily. Alright, let's get all the cards out. Here is the last cards that make up a perfect 40 card list. We got the boss monster in form of a spell of the going second cards. Thrust. 2 is fine because it's once per turn, and it's basically just a replacement filler for any of the other ones here. We're running 2 Dark Ruler. 3 is just not extremely necessary because of Thrust, as well as we want more actual removal, which is why the only one I'm playing 3 of is Evenly Matched. Lightning Storm semi-limited, so you can't play more than that, but regardless we'll probably play 2 anyways, just because this one's a better removal card. Just removes a lot more. And then Raigeki and Thrust are one of searches for Thrust, as well as they're just not bad if you hard draw them anyways. And then 2 Desires, not necessarily going second card, just kind of here at the end. It's more of a neutral card, but yeah, we're playing so many high ratios of stuff, and we have to see going second cards because we're conceding so much to our opponent by not playing any kind of interruptions on their turn, that we need our consistency to be there. Like I said, this deck is just so good going second. So many things it offers going second that it doesn't offer going first. Because let's be real, Baron, Chichao, Blackout with a few hand traps is kind of underwhelming. It can get you there sometimes, but it's not necessarily always the best. So being able to just blow out their whole board and then set up Baron, Chichao, Blackout while they have nothing is a lot better in a simplified game state. Alright, for the extra deck, we've changed up some things. We got rid of Chaos Angel and we put in that third monk we discussed. Just because we're playing so many Tenyis. You know, we're completely maxed out on them. We're not playing Shitana, but the other one's all triples, so 3 monk, probably correct in this scenario. The rest of it's going to be pretty generic aside from one card that I never get caught without playing in Swordsoul Tenyi. That's going to be Psyche and Punisher. The only way to make it in this list, because we're not playing Asher Veiler, is going to be your Tenyis plus the level 4 token. But that does come up sometimes. If somebody's playing Ogre and they Ogre your Taya or your Moe, then you have to summon out a Tenyi while you just have the token. You of course cannot link while you have a token on the field, so you have to synchro summon. So Psychic and Punisher will be your only option. I know it's just a niche scenario, but again, I wouldn't be caught without it, especially when the rest of the deck is just fine. If you're not playing this, you're probably playing Shaman. But in this build, I don't think Shaman's really necessary. You can play it more of a traditional build. Yeah, in general though, you just want 3 monk, and then all your options, your pretty standard stuff. That's going to be 1 Yazi, 2 Chichao, 2 Baxia, 1 Dragite, 1 Draco Berserker the Tenyi, 1 Changing, 1 Qing Longwan, 1 Baron, and 1 Ice Jade. Ice Jade is just kind of still a good option in this deck right now because Kashtira, it has a good matchup against that deck, so that's why we're playing that one. Not every list does play it, so thought I would explain that one. Alright guys, on to the spice, on to the side deck. Because you're playing so many going second cards, you just need going first cards in the extra deck, or the side deck, and then some meta call stuff. So here it is, 3 Gravity Claps, 3 D-Barrier, and then 2 Heavenly Dragon Circle and a Shitana. That's going to be the going first cards. D-Barrier, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what it does, it just stops them from synchroing, XYZ summoning, pendulum, fusion, basically everything except for link summoning. All the stuff from the extra deck. And then also I think Ritual, right? Yeah, Ritual too. And then 3 Gravity Claps, that's the one you might not know of. When your opponent would summon a monster, you tribute a synchro monster you control, and then it's Scythe on steroids. They cannot summon for the remainder of the turn. It's just a complete blowout card. This card's so annoying to play against, and it comes in at a format, but I think with how many going second cards we have the space to put it here, because typically a lot of those going second cards would be here in the side deck. So, and then 2 Dragon Circle and Chitana allows you to play through stuff. It's kind of like pseudo Called by the Grave, allowing you to dodge stuff at quick play speed. All right, on to the last 6 cards of the side deck. These are just meta calls. We got 3 Droll and Lockbird and 3 Book of Eclipse. I didn't want to play Book of Moon just because this is a going second deck anyways, and although this is not thrustable, I feel like this just does a lot more than Book of Moon. Since I'm trying to OTK them anyways, I don't really care about the draw. I'd rather just book their whole field rather than just one card. Just more of a blowout card. So yeah, that's it for the going second variation of Swordsoul Tenyi. Again, just to reiterate, Yazi, Ecclesia being able to summon itself out, Baxia being able to spin stuff, Baron being able to pop, and Vishuddha being able to bounce your opponent cards are 5 things that this deck does not get going first that it does get going second, which is why Swordsoul Tenyi is such a great deck, as well as having the space to fit all the going second cards. So yeah, that's it for today's video. If you guys think we earn your subscription, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.